Hi students, welcome to the next session. We will see understanding mind and behavior in this session. Let's continue. So next topic is understanding mind and behavior. Understanding mind and behavior. So if you can see, let me take the note. So understanding mind and behavior. You will recall that psychology once defined as a science of mind. So in the earlier sessions, we have seen that psychology as a natural science and psychology as a social science. Okay, so here we will try to link those concepts, and particularly we know physically brain is what acts as a tool and having sensory organs to receive the information. But what is there which processes the information and some reactions or responses or the behavior which you can see as how you can understand it. We'll try to link those concepts and try to understand it. And then for many decades, the mind remained a taboo in psychology because it could not be defined in concrete behavioral terms or its location could not be indicated. Yes. Uh, for the convenience of some mental processes or a behavior or some you can say it reactions or responses, they have coined a term or christened a term which is called mind. Okay, in that mind, but where is the mind? In the physicality or the biological way, in this physical body, you have the physical substance which is available in the body or in the head. But what do you call some processes which are beyond the mind or the mind processing which are not visible to the naked eye? So how can you call this? So they have put a word mind for some functions, like you can say consciousness, and then we'll try to understand that in this concept. In the term mind has returned to psychology. If the term mind returned to psychology, we should thank neuroscientists like Sperry and physicists like Penrose who have given it the respect which deserved now has. That particularly there are Sperry and Penrose. These are the two psychologists who worked for neuro like these are the neuroscientists and who have coined the term and particularly worked for the term mind. They worked on this area, and for this they have contributed a lot. There are scientists in various disciplines, include psychology, who think that a unified theory of mind is a possibility, although it is still a far away. Unified is an amalgamation theory, and if you can understand, there are some in the earlier lecture also I have uh, given information about this unified theory. You can refer to that video, and then particularly here we will try to understand what in the next points. What is mind? What is mind? Is it the same as brain? It is true that mind cannot exist without brain, but mind is separate entity. As in the earlier sessions, I said that it is interdependent. They are interconnected. But where is it mind? You cannot see it, right, with the naked eye. This can be appreciated on account of several interesting cases that have been documented. Some patients whose occipital lobes, which are responsible for vision, were surgically removed, have been found to be responding correctly to the location and configuration of visual cues. If you can see, uh, if a child, if from the childhood you are able to see, you are able to connect with the world, with all the sensory organs, they coordinate and process the information in such a way. When people, they they remove the vision area, like which are responsible for the vision, they're able to respond in the right way. If they can call, you can move to that direction. If there is something, what is the place in the previous places, they can recall all the everything. But how where the information is stored, you cannot see. In the flesh you cannot see a memory. It is not like a memory card which you can physically see it, but where it is stored. That's how we define mind. Okay. And then similarly, an amateur athlete lose his arm in a motorcycle accident but continue to feel an arm and also continue to feel its movements. If you can see an athlete or a person seeing, like in the middle of the life, if someone loses the arm, he still will be able to, a movement can be happening, and he can still feel the pain, he can still feel like running, he can still feel like using the hand or the, when offered coffee, his phantom arm, like the front arm, like the part which was detached from the body, is able to reach out for the coffee cup when someone pulled it away. Okay, he protects it. It just, this is like a reaction where you have, there is no physical organ, but there is something functioning in the inside the human being to react in such a way. Okay, a young man who suffered brain injury, from the hospital, claimed that his parents has been replaced by the duplicates. After he returned home from the hospital, claimed duplicates. I think he lost the memory. He lost the identification. They were imposters. In each of these cases, the person had suffered from the damage of some part of the brain, but his mind has remained intact. But if you can see, if it is physically damaged, like the vision area or uh, the area which coordinates the limbs or the like hands and legs, even though they are not available physically or the functioning of the mind is not available, but still mind will take care of these things. Okay. And then it was earlier believed by scientists there is no that there is no relationship between, okay, that there is no relationship between the mind and the body, and that they were parallel to each other. There are some people, like a few psychologists argue that there is no relationship between mind and body, but still these examples prove that there is some clear relationship between mind and body, but how it reacts is still a, like it still has to be examined and experimented. Recent studies in effective neuroscience have clearly shown that there is a relationship between mind and behavior. That what the examples of phantom hand, phantom arm, which the human being is able to experience the emotions, will be able to recall that one, right? Okay, and give me a. So it has been shown that using a positive visualization techniques and feeling for one can bring significant changes in body processes. If you are falling ill, if you are ill with some body ailments, you can train the body to recover in a good way. Like you can see the positive emotions, how the positive visualization, like you are winning a game, like you are performing well in the examinations. All these things will help you improve your performance and bodily processes. Ornish has shown that this is a number of study with his parents, the patients. Ornish was one of the other psychologists. Earlier, we discussed about few psychologists, like you can say, like neuroscientists. Here, Ornish was another one. In these studies, a person with blocked arteries were made to visualize that blood was flowing through her or his blocked arteries. After practicing this over a period of time, significant relief was obtained by these patients as the degree of blockage become significantly less. That is how, see, uh, the positive psychology or positive suggestions can help cure the body ailments. It is like there are also a lot of here the example is blocked arteries, the pumping blood pumping to the heart, or you can say the parts. But even there are situations like people who are affected with severe conditions of cancer will still be able to recover with the help of a positive mind. So being positive, that will give good results. It is what it is saying. Use of mental imaginary, that is images generated by a person in his brain, has been used to cure variation kinds of phobias, irrational fears of objects and situation. Here, here it is saying that it is like systematic desensitization, which is a process we used in anxiety disorders. It is what here it is saying that it is like if you gradually create a situation in the mind, like you are not physically moving into that situation, but if you create the situation in the mind, like you are going into the jungle, you are going to like if you have some fear in the dark, you can visualize that dark and you can move slowly and recover from the fear of particular objects, animals, situations. You can practice that. A new discipline called psychoneuroimmunology has emerged, which emphasizes the role played by mind in strengthening the immune system. Particularly, if you have some immunity issues, psychoneuroimmunology has emerged, like mind has a great role to play in that one. In this sense, particularly coming to this understanding of mind and behavior, like how mind impacts the behavior of the person, we can clearly understand it, right? Particularly mind has significant influence on the human being. How mind works without even there is some damage or some disconnection in the physicality of the brain, but still human beings were able to that mind has impact on the behavior. And here there is an activity, let's see. So as we can recall that I think I can explain here. Imagine and visualize yourself in the following situations. Mention three psychological processes involved in the situation. As mental process, like thinking, reading, listening, memory, recalling. There are few cognitive processes or mental process which we discussed in the previous sessions. Like the board asks you, this is the activity which you are writing an essay for a competition. What are all processes involved? Writing an essay, like thinking process will be involved, memory will be involved, you will be recalling the situation. Like that you can put it as thinking, recalling, memory. You are chatting with a friend on interesting topic, like interesting topic, even that needs some motivation. you need some thinking process, creativity process. These are all mental process involved. You have to write these. You have to think in this way. You are watching a soap opera, like a soap ad on the TV. Like you can feel surprised, if it, you can feel happy uh, in such a way. Like okay, your eyes are happening. You are seeing it. You are visualizing it. You are listening it to the ad. You are playing a football. There is a physical aspect of it. You need some critical thinking everywhere. These processes are really common. Okay, so in this way, try to complete these ones and complete the activity. Okay, uh, so that's how we end this session. Uh, Please complete the activity. If you have any queries, write to the respective mail ID which are available in the sessions, like Daphne Civils Academy @gmail.com. You can write to my mail ID and you can contact. Okay, please complete the activities. We'll meet in the next session.